The Bush Legacy Bus Tour stopping in Waynesboro today, bringing information to Waynesboro about the Bush years and the fear, I guess, that the John McCain years will look somewhat like them. A traveling museum sponsored by the Americans United for Change, a Washington, D.C. based group, bringing the bus here to Waynesboro. A number of visitors, I'd say 50, 60 people stopped in to see what was on display here. The traveling museum giving highlights of the war in Iraq, policies regarding the economy, Social Security, and more. And really interesting experience learning more about just really what these last years have been like.
Well, I was really interested in the fact that unions kind of got this together, because I was one, when I worked for a local phone company, that really stood up and fought the unions, because I thought we had a family-owned company and they would always take care of us. And no sooner did we defeat getting a union in out there than they took away every privilege we had. And it really turned me around about 3 years ago. And I thought, oh, the unions are going to stand up and become alive again, and I'd like to see. And of course, I thought it would be kind of interesting to see what the take was on things that I've really lived.
So it's more reinforcement, I guess.
Well,
maybe.
Somewhat, and then I wanted just to see what they said, if the history was accurate and that it wasn't a bunch of propaganda just being spewed out. But every single thing I've seen here today is things that I have seen on blogs online, or things I've read at the library, or news magazines, so.
Kind of thing that gets us fired up even more for next Tuesday.
That's right. I mean, get out there. I said if this goes through and we get this other wonderful Bush the Third group here, I may immigrate to Canada or something.
On the bus, what did you think of what you saw on there?
Well, I tell you, when I walked in the bus, it was just absolutely awesome. And when I got inside and got to look at everything in there, and I call the bus a bus of truth, and I just wish more people could see the bus and see what you have in your displays, because the truth's coming out, and it needs to come out, and we need to regroup and get a hold to our lives and bring our lives back in this nation back where it belongs. And so I'm honored to have had the opportunity to tour on that bus, and showed me the truth. And so that's how I feel about it.
You're a military veteran, and veterans issues are real important to you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And did you learn anything here? I mean, you know already a lot about the issues on veterans.
Absolutely, yeah. I just, as well as I do, that there's a lot of things, a lot of propaganda and so on, et cetera, and the government, especially with wars and all. And I serve my country, and I think the soldiers should get more. I think they should be given a better opportunity when they come out after serving their nation, especially the wars, and from the bottom of the heart. But I sure appreciate you giving me the opportunity to tour your bus.
Riley, well, what do you think about this bus tour here? It's something that will, I'm sure, get voters thinking about the election, obviously, with a few days to go.
Yeah, clearly. This is a short notice kind of thing, but I think it's just another measure you and I talked about before of the changing climate in Virginia. And it really demonstrates two things to me. One is that the Bush administration has really been that big anchor around McCain's neck from the beginning on this race. We all knew that. And I'm really impressed by the talking to the staff that runs the bus, travels with the bus. They have really seen some interesting cross-sections in America, and surprising, which is encouraging for me, seeing these young people, is they've had very few incidences that are dangerous or scary for them, and that's good to hear. And they've had a good feedback and a good response. And so it's clear the top issues are the war in Iraq, and by far also the economy is the big issues. And I'm impressed by how well they are organized. Interesting aside that Julie mentioned that I thought was interesting, the structure and the techniques they've used to display all the information has appealed very strongly to teachers. And so as they've traveled across the country, in particular, as one of the displays talks about no child left behind, unfunded mandates. And it's for those of us that have been around the people that are teachers, you know how structured and organized they are. This particular display appeals very much to them. So I think they're having some good success with those kind of people. The other funny asides are folks who see the Bush legacy and don't read the fine print, think that this is also about George Bush. And so she's had a number of Republicans show up, get on the bus, and realize it's not their bus, it's the opposition. So that's been kind of funny. But I think it's a good job, and I'm impressed that the Waynesboro Democrats were able to pull this off.
That wraps it up here for the Augusta Free Press. I'm Chris Graham.